Well, hello there, humans, hippies, athletes, whoever you are, whatever you are, whatever you're doing. Hear that big AMX 5120 heating up. It's like a jazz club in New Orleans getting to about 11 p.m. at night and things are just starting to get rowdy. I'm here with my good mate, Rich Raff. You might remember him from such movies as I used to be called Richleicamp and I went to Bangkok once on holiday and stayed for a lifetime. That's my friend Rich. He is driving the M46 Platoon on this, and we are on the Himmelsdorf. The Red Dwarf, the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the Dwarf. We're not happy about this because really we're not equipped for Himmelsdorf. We are in a very soft DPM platoon in a very angry tier 10 game. I've got two games for you today. They're basically a couple of fun things that we did in a run just the other day. Two different tanks. We were playing tier 9 heavies and I was at my son's Taekwondo class, so we weren't able to actually go on Discord and voice chat. And you can see that there's a huge issue with this. When you're used to playing in voice chat platoons, it really helps your gameplay. I don't always play on Discord, I often do, and in the past it's been a real benefit, but as more and more people get used to it and start using voice comms in games all the time, even in mobile games as they become more readily available, you can really feel the difference. Now, for starters, normally I'd be right up with Rich down that flank, but I'm on my own, doing my own thing here, so more or less we are separated. And I feel like I've made the right move here, and I'm in the right tank to be doing it. I've taken two shots. I'm not going to blow it all to get that last shot off there. I'm going to side scrape up, just try and angle out and drag something out of this fella. He's in an E75, and I don't go to Premo, so he bounced that one. You can see he's red as a tomato. And I'm watching the minimap, and I can see the pop-up left. Now, if you want to use voice chat, there are some really simple ones out there that work on mobile devices, namely Discord. Discord is the easiest one, I find. It's free, all that kind of thing. There are TeamSpeak things, options. Watch this tank move. This is one of the reasons I love the French heavies. That's an FV4202 ahead of me. I am keeping pace with him. I've dropped the turbo boost. We're doing 40 kilometers an hour. We're going to get around here and start putting some shots in the side. But what this is going to mean, because I'm not able to communicate effectively with my platoon mate, we're going to get isolated. You can see the PTA is there. We're just getting out of the way so we don't cop another one, and we dump 3 into the PTA and kill him. Really good move there. The FV4202 made a good move. I backed him, and I'm now looking at using my mobility to get around to the left. Now, this is a pretty good spot where we are at the moment. Rich is in a tough tank for this map. That has to be said. He does a really good job. He's in an M46 pattern, which is not a super strong tank. And you can see that 183 and that IS4 are just eyeballing me down here. They're desperate because the 183 sees a very soft target that he can conceivably put premium hesh into and do a full roll and one shot. He could quite literally one shot me from where I am at the moment. And they've recovered very well from being in a position where they were kind of flanked and they were in the middle to actually coming back. The 183 stalled us out there. We've lost a couple of tanks. That IS7 has pushed up quite aggressively, and now we're in a situation where things are not as good as they were previously, and it's now down to 3 on 5, which is a bit rough. We get one into the IS4, finish him, miss this third shot on the M103, can't be helped. And we will probably go for a full reload here, if I recall correctly. Now look at Rich. Rich is up against an M103. He's got an IS7 behind him, and he's, you know, low in an M46 pattern. He's been using that area there to just get shots off. I'm pushing up here to try and get a shot in this SU 12254 as he goes across. Just going to take my time. There we go. And now we're on a full reload. Rich is down to a one shot. The M103 is down to a one shot, and the IS7 is dead. So it's 2 on 2. I think we've done pretty well here. The AMX 5120 is an excellent shot. The 183 can't really push out too aggressively there and go into the back of Rich. But Rich is stuck and he stalled. Now I talked to him afterwards and Rich is like, I couldn't pull out because the 183, I couldn't come back because the 183 was going to get me. And if there was voice chat, I thought I'd sneak out and not take one there, but the 183 did the right thing and got me. I'm going to finish him, but of course that's going to mean that the 103 is going to get me with a heat round, and that's all there is to it. Very, very close game. And Rich told me he thought that I actually had no cover on that 183. So the 183 was going to be able to come out and get him from behind, so he felt like he had to push. You can see still, Rich did 3.5k in an M46 on Himmelsdorf. I popped out for 3.2. Very, very tough gig. And again, we changed up. We've gone to the heavier tanks. Because one thing I've found about post 3.8 is there's a lot more heavy play. You're still getting big TDs, that's fair enough, but you're getting a lot more of that heavy play, genuine heavy play, where heavy tanks are getting the opportunity to hold a line, fix a choke point up, storm it, and push the line without being flanked interminably by the mediums and the lights. And that's because there's been some nice buffs that heavy tanks particularly have been able to take advantage of. Rich is in the ST1, I'm in the VK4502B. I get a little bit salty here with a pattern that is just playing in a very odd way. I'm setting up here to take a very nice easy shot. The pattern comes out sideways, doesn't take a shot, and then comes out sideways again, and then just, I don't know what he is thinking there, but it is terrible play. He is broadside to the world, and I'm side scraping, and yeah, he really, really did just let that IS-8 off the hook there for any damage that we would have been able to put into him. And I can't remember whether he took a shot or not. We'll see in a wee while, but I don't think he's there at the end. We're now in heavy tanks, and you can see this is platoon work. Rich is really putting himself in my hands. He is angling up severely there, but he is in a really nasty spot if he gets pushed on and he doesn't have support. The 215B and the IS-8 are both there. The Jagdpanzer E100 is going to come around the corner. And you can see the strength in these two monsters. These are probably the two strongest pure heavy tanks you are going to find at tier 9. Well, not. The only other one that's really in the conversation is the E75. And you can see this tank is so strong in this position. And Rich, about the only thing in the world that would worry you right now is a Jagdpanzer E100 on that corner, because they quite literally have enough pen on their heat to put the fear of God in any self-respecting tank. And that's why Rich has pulled the hell back, because that's 420 minimal pen, average pen on your heat shells on that Jagdpanzer E100. And you stuff up a slight angle in an ST1 against that, and you're eating a full round of love. I'm going to move around here because although we are actually even on tanks, I really don't like our force disposition. They are all in high ground behind the back of their spawn and with heavy side scraping this corner. And I'm just trying to actually, you see, that's a bad angle there. Bad angle there. But I knew they'd be pushing up around there, and I wanted to have some shots down this corner side here so that I could actually stop them in the middle and angle off this house here. I just got there, what, half a second too late, and now I'm going to use this house for cover while Rich holds that line at the back. And Rich has actually moved all the way around, and I am now in a pretty tough predicament. 4 on, oh, we get one back. So we're only down a tank, and I'm going to finish off this Centurion 7-on-1. Oh, no, I'm not. He's going to get away. Nothing can be done there. What am I going to do now? Well, this is lovely because there's Rich down, and the Cent's finally down. I'm going to have to take out this grill. Let's see if I can't do something a little bit lovely. There he is. Let's use the window. Love it. 490 HE shells straight through the window. The rest of the team's going to do the business. I really enjoyed that game. I thought, even without Discord and voice comms, if you have a platoon that's running heavy tanks, particularly just big, angry heavies, they work so much better because you work in tight connection nearly all the time. And you're able to support each other so much more sensibly all the time. So if you are running a platoon and you don't have access to Discord chat, might I recommend that you run 2 tanks that have a lot of similarities and will have a very, very strong game plan together at all times, like 2 T-54s, or you know, if you're going to run gun depression tanks, run 2 that will kind of work together, like a Centurion 7-on-1. In conjunction with an M46 pattern can work very well together. You can run 2 IS-7s, or an IS-4 and an IS-7, or an ST-1 and an E-75, or a VK4502B. Don't run like a 4502B with an IS-8 if you're not on voice comms and you're not particularly able to pay attention because you're playing in a public place. Find things that suit and match. You saw that first map, the Himmelsdorf game. I thought we did very, very well together, Rich Raff and myself. But for all that, an M46 and an AMX 5120, once we had to start tanking our own damage, things got very, very tough. Particularly when you're going to be matched up in tier 10 games against tanks that are going to pen you all the time. Things are just very, very rough if you don't have the ability to communicate concisely and effectively. Anyway, I'm Bushka on Blitz. Plenty more stuff coming down the pike. Stick around, like the videos, subscribe to the channel, share the videos with your friends, your family, show your mum and dad. So, g'day mum and dad. Here's what I've been doing today. I've been watching this bloke. Isn't he a lovely fella? I don't know why I said that. Don't show your mum and dad. I don't care. You could show them. Might make any difference to me. Until next time, boys and girls, look after yourselves. Stay safe on the battlefield. And bye for now.